All right, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. I'm not sure why this is not working right. Up there it goes. Um, uh, this is about the ugly Iron Man. The whole unit thing. To reproduce this is what I'm trying to say. Is I would like to start up some kind of a venture to use the hemp, the shiv as fuel, removing the lignins out of the bass fiber to pass it on to industry, um, is as like a graphene source or turned into graphene with additional, everything is an additional, nothing's for free. I keep saying that forever. But with separate investment on all the different projects but the idea is to get the graphene into industry, but to use the shiv as a CO2 neutral fuel in a unit like the ugly Iron Man. And look at the other videos down below. It burns clean. Even at the live lighting one, I take the stovepipe apart. It burns really clean, y'all. And it can be made to burn even cleaner by introducing dry steam into the unit. It would just cost more, is all. But there's nothing for free, is what it comes down to. The unit at its bare bones would be about $2,400, and you'd have to have some kind of a markup on that to put it to market. I understand that. A boiler setup would be about $4,800. It basically it just doubles the amount of stainless steel, and it adds a third layer um, to the to the to the unit. It adds a separate sleeve to it. Um, because these couldn't be exactly like this one. This is like Frankenstein Eddie, like Stark built in that cave without the tools. Really, it really is like that. It can be made to burn much more efficiently, cleaner even than it does, which it burns really clean now, y'all. Um, I'd like to get this to people like in Europe. They need something like this to get through these next winters. I think this is going to be a bad thing with Putin and Ukraine and all that jazz. They need as much support as they can get. If we allow Ukraine to fall to Russian aggression, then the neighbors of Ukraine will be drawn into that conflict. Those are NATO members, and if they're drawn in, America is duty bound by Article 5 to defend NATO with boots on the ground. We have to give Ukraine everything they can have to stop, to put Russia back across their borders, to get every inch of land back, not kowtow or bootlick to nobody. That's just what has to happen this time. We can't have another Hitler, y'all. And until then, we need to get something like this stove out there. Um, I can't really apologize for the cost because most of that cost is in the stainless steel itself. This stuff ain't free and it's not cheap even. And it would be like a mill finish, this is like a semi-brushed. These were old LOX tanks that I just repurposed. Um, but what I'm talking about is something that's even kind of somewhat uglier than this. It would be more streamlined. It would be purposely built so it wouldn't be like these little bolts and stuff like that. It'd be internal clips and welded and jazz like that. And it'd be meant to be pulled apart and serviced and put back together. Um, where this one is not. This one would have to be like broken apart and then rebuilt. Um, and that would be another thing too for the stove or for this unit is what I'm trying to get at is the insulation. A sand cast outside, maybe $500, easy enough to provide to the like a hemp epoxy, a high resin epoxy, high heat epoxy, a sleeve that you could backfill with like a hempcrete kind of cob mixture, like $500. If you want to get with the thermal stuff, like the stove is built out of the inside, it'd be about $1,500, and it would be double that, like from 15. I mean, from from 1,000 to 3,000 for the boiler, because it's just double the amount is all it comes down to. A pelletized unit, the stainless steel, just like you would see it anywhere, the thing, just more robust and made out of pure stainless steel. Because that's, if you already got the machines to do this, you may as well just stick with what you're doing. It'd be about $500 for the feed unit, and another 500 for the computer that would drive it, turn it on, turn it off, light it, stuff like that. And that's just an after thing, like the insulation. This is insulation on the outside. I got a new pen, y'all. It's like an overachiever. That's what's got the smears on there. It's because I didn't realize that it was like extra juicy, and I messed it up with my fingers before it was completely dry. But it really writes better than the other one. That other one had to go. The commitment that I would need is a $500 a year commitment with $200 up front. It'd be about $250,000 to kick it off, like the kickstart, and then it'd be the remainder, like as soon as they could be cranked out, and that's like 2 a day. Nothing big. Could it be scaled up? You bet. Super simple. The design work, that's why I said, look at the other videos, y'all. You're free to use it on your own. I would just like to manufacture these. The one I'm talking about would have the door where it would help circulate and pump the air higher up there. It would have it'd still be concrete lined in the top section. And then it would have the, whatever you call that, the ceramic linings on the inside. And it would be set up to have that sand cast on the outside, like a thermal shield, because this one will hurt you bad if you touch it. It gets really hot. The pipe over there doesn't, because all the burning goes on here. I can't stress that enough. The firebox is here, it's producing the gas, but up here is the burn chamber, the catalyst. I can't say the word, Joe. But the catalyst on the outside of that thimble is what's burning the gas up there, because it's glowing like red hot inside there. I'd love to make one of these out of, like 1-inch glass, where that tempered glass, so you can see through it. I can envision it in my mind. I wish I could just, I don't know. I wish I could show the world. But like I said, by the time you touch the pipe over there, it's cool again. And but even that would be, taken out. You'd want to use that in the house, is what I'm trying to get at. In the heat shield, the sand would only retain extra. I don't know how to. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm got too much on my mind, and this is what's on my mind. The sand is like a thermal battery. It's, that's, water can only go up to 200, 180 safely. 200, that's enough. And then you want it to be an open system and tap out. But to retain the heat that this thing can produce, it should have something like a sand sink around it. So it's like a thermal battery, is what I'm trying to get at. And the stovepipe is the same way. But like a lot of people, they give me propositions, and I proposition people. So if you're interested in this, it would need to be $500 a year. That's the actual up, and it would be the 200 unit up front. And then it's just built from there. And but that's with $250,000 capital for the building, the machines and stuff like that, to roll this stuff, cut and stuff. But get with me on the Gmail thing, and we can talk on the. Just hook me up on the email. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know why I was getting on the Gmail thing. Okay, guys. But the idea is to pelletize the shiv, the crop itself, and I would like to do something with the oil and all that. I mean, if you're going to have this kind of equipment, especially run off of solar, that's the whole project. This project down here, that's why the capital is kind of high, is it's going to be run off of solar. There's no reason that this couldn't be. This I would love to run off of solar as well, in wind or whatever it could be. And my idea doing the natural resources is I would like to hook up with somebody like it doesn't have to be Tesla, it could be Chevy, it could be whoever. As long as you're sourcing your materials in America, then I'd like to hook up with you. And I'm not a nationalist kind of person. I'm just saying that when it comes to manufacturing, we really need to kind of bring it back. That's why I really believe in bidding about bringing the semiconductor, the chip manufacturing back. That was a vulnerability, and that's a dangerous. To be vulnerable is dangerous, is what I'm trying to get at. And I believe that there's going to be a need for this stove. Not this so much ugly, but maybe streamlined and prettier, and more functional, where it's heating all the water. But when it's a boiler, you would need something maybe 1,500 to 15,000 gallons, so the boiler, so it could run. I mean, it's not designed to be choked down, loaded full and then choked down. It doesn't run that way. It runs full tilt. The pelletized version would run the same way, except the computer would control it and then be able to reignite it. But okay, it's getting a lengthy video, and I'm going to let you go. But like I said, get with me on the email or on Twitter or something like that. Direct message me. If you want to be a part of this, but this is the big part, because to get the fiber lignin free into to get it rolled into manufacturing, we need to do something with the material. And right now is an insulation for housing. There's not enough housing to be built. I believe if we did it 3D, the printing the concrete houses 3D, we would use a lot more of the material. And I got another people that they follow my videos. For like modular block designs, is I looked at a couple concepts that I'd done. Get back with me on that, and we can talk that one through. But okay, that's as far as I wanted to go on this one. But it would, like I said, it would need a 500 a year commitment to keep this up and going. That's 2 a day, and it would need an upfront for the material and all that. The machinery is a 200 unit commitment. That's like 250,000 for the building and the actual machinery, the tooling to get this rolling. And like I said, that's the bare bones price, and then it would have to go up from there, is what I'm trying to get at. All right, talk to you then, y'all. Bye. And now I don't want to shut off.